Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome back once again to the DMZ, and it is Season 6. Now, we do have an incredible event in the Haunting of Al-Mazrah and Vondel coming up later in the season, but for the DMZ, we did not really get a whole lot. However, we did get a weapons balance, and today I want to focus on that, primarily talking about assault rifles and battle rifles, and giving you what I think are your 10 best options in this category. But before we get started, I did want to say, please make sure to like the video as it helps with the algorithm immensely, and over 75% of my viewers are not subscribed, so please make sure that you are. I would hate for you to not be able to find your way back here. Now let's get into it. With the first gun I want to talk about being the M13B or M13 Bravo. For this, we are going to start with the FSS Covert V, and then we're going to add the Agent Grip underbarrel. We're going to use the 60-round magazine filled with high-velocity ammunition, and finish off with the Corio Enforcer optic or optic of your choice. This is still probably my favorite gun of the season. I know it got a nerf, but it is still absolutely slapping. I love the M13, and I don't think I'm going to quit it, but I am going to give you some options that I think honestly are a bit better. However, I would put this one in number 3 overall for the season. Sticking with guns that were absolutely incredible last season, but are still really good, but not quite at the very top of the meta anymore, I'm going to go with the Cast-Off 7.62 in slot 4, and for this, we're going to use the Husher 65 silencer and the Edge 47 grip. Then we're going to add the 40-round magazine full of high-velocity ammunition, and we're going to finish this off with the AMOP V4 or optic of your choice. The Cast-Off 7.62 is still absolutely amazing, but there are better options this season, hands down, without question. This gun got me a lot of kills last season, and I absolutely fell in love with it, but it's just time to move on. However, I am going to go back and visit it because it does still absolutely slap, and it's very easy to find as contraband, so keep that in mind as we go through this. This build works with or without tuning, as do every other one on this list. These guns are going to be very, very good no matter how you get your hands on them, but the Cast-Off 7.62 is extremely easy to get, and you will fry absolutely everyone you run into. Moving on at number 5, I've got the Tempest Razorback, which is still an absolute banger, and they really didn't change anything on this gun. We're going to go with the same build we've been using for a long time now, starting with the Echoless 80 and the Edge 47, adding the high-velocity ammunition and the 60-round magazine, and then finishing off with the 13 Frenzy 9 barrel for the integrated optic and the shorter barrel with recoil control. This gun is incredible, especially as sniper support, but it can get the job done completely on its own. The Razorback is again one of my favorite guns to use, and I honestly don't use it enough. I think I am going to change that. Another gun that is still absolutely incredible, though it will be a little bit harder to find as contraband on the map without killing someone for it, and that is the TAC V. For the TAC V, we're going to start with the Husher 65 silencer, and again add the Edge 47 foregrip. We're then going to use the 50-round drum filled with high velocity and finish this gun off with the AMOP V4 or again optic of your choice. The TAC V is still an absolute monster, and you get 50 rounds of 7.62 with this one, which you don't get with most of the other guns in 7.62, so keep that in mind. It is not as good as our best gun on the list that we will get to, but I would put this gun very high on the list, and though I do like a faster firing gun, I am not afraid to push hard and fast with the TAC V. Now at number 7, I did want to talk about the Cronin Squall. This gun has got nerf after nerf, but it's still amazing. It hits like a truck, and it is again another gun with a 50-round drum, though this one is 6.5 Creedmoor. It is amazing. You can also use the composite if you're not going to use it in a long-range engagement, more of a sniper support build. However, for this build, we're going to use the Husher 65 silencer and the Edge 47 foregrip. Then we're going to add the high-velocity ammunition in that 50-round drum and finish off with the Corio REX Pro or optic of your choice. I'm telling you, the Cronin Squall still feels great. It actually feels a lot like the new gun of the Geist, though it does have a bit more recoil, and it's going to be harder to hit shots at very long range with it unless you have mastered this gun's recoil pattern. At number 8, I did have our only LMG on this list, and that being the Rap H. The Rap H is still an absolute demon. I don't think they touched this in the patch whatsoever. However, they probably should have, because it is absolutely frying everything, and you get 75 rounds by default. For this build, you're going to use the Husher 65 silencer, the VX Pineapple foregrip, the Romeo 16-inch barrel, the FSS Ole V laser, and the AMOP V4 or optic of your choice. I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of LMGs, but this feels just like an AR, and it fries everything at all ranges. You cannot go wrong with the Rap H. The only reason it's so high on this list is because of that reload time. And at number 9, I've got Old Faithful. That's right, I've got the M4 once again on this list. It's not great at anything, but it's good at everything, and that's why it continues to show up on these lists, though it has been falling out of favor lately. This is another gun that's really easy to get as contraband. Just find some of them tier 3 AI with the green lasers and you got yourself one. For this build, we're going to use the FSS Covert V Suppressor, the Phase 3 foregrip, the high velocity ammunition in the 60 round magazine. We're going to finish off with the Corio REX Pro, or again, the optic of your choice. I'm telling you, the M4, they nerfed it for some reason and it just doesn't feel like it used to, but it still gets the job done and you're still going to kill other players with ease with it. It's just there's simply better options now. The M4 is doing its job exactly the way it's supposed to, though I love this gun and I wish it was still as good as it used to be. Then at number 10, I do have the Lockman 556 because this gun simply has no recoil. It may have a higher TTK than most of the others on the list, but it is extremely easy to use, and this is your entry-level gun. Again, we're going to use the FSS Covert V Suppressor and the Edge 47 foregrip. We're then going to put the high-velocity ammunition in the 60-round drum and finish off with the AMOP V4 or optic of your choice. There's not a whole lot that I can say great about this gun, other than it has no recoil, and you will get kills at very long ranges if you put a full mag into them. That's about it. This is the gun to use. This is the Kilo of Modern Warfare 2. So if you need a gun to use that is very easy, this is the one, and that is why it is number 10 on the list. Now, let's get into number 2, and then into number 1. But first, I did want to say, if you are still watching, that means you really like my content, and I just wanted to make sure you double check that you are subscribed and can find your way back here, and please do make sure to like the video because it does so much more than you think it does to push our videos to as many eyes as possible. We work very hard on all of our content, and we are live almost every day of the week for an average of 6 hours a day. So stop by, catch us live, and ask any questions that you have. And now at number 2, we do have the FR Advancer that just got a buff for some reason, even though this thing has been amazing for a while now. For the FR Advancer, we're again going to use the FSS Covert V Suppressor, then we're going to add the Agent Grip Underbarrel using the high velocity ammunition in the 60 round magazine, and finishing off with the AMOP V4 or optic of your choice to make one of, if not the best gun in the game. Stat wise, it doesn't say it's the best. However, this is the gun you will see me using almost all of the time this season. It is flying and it is frying. I don't think there's a better gun, but the stats say otherwise. Give this one a try. It has a little bit of visual recoil, but it has almost no actual recoil. You can hit shots out to 120 meters with this build with absolute ease. And finally, at number 1, I do have the new gun, the TR-76 Geist. It is absolutely incredible, of course, because it's the Battle Pass gun and there's a whole lot of bundles coming with this gun in it. But that doesn't put aside the fact that it is absolutely amazing, and if I'm not using the Advancer, I'm going to be using this. Bullpups are in, baby, and I'm liking it. So for this build, once again, we're going to start with the Husher 65 silencer, then we're going to add the Edge 47 foregrip using the high velocity ammunition in the 45 round magazine, and then I use the Corio REX Pro optic. However, you can use the optic of your choice to make an absolute banger of a rifle. This is the one this season, boys. I would not tell you otherwise. This thing is incredible up close and at long range. It does have a little bit of recoil, but once you get it down, it's really, really easy. And that's going to do it for me, boys. It's been a pleasure doing this video for you. See you soon with a video. GG, boys. Catch you next time.